The Himalayas, the highest mountain range on Earth. These towering peaks and serene valleys have long stood as silent witnesses to the slow dance of time and the subtle shifts of landscape. Here, in their majestic presence, the world feels both ancient and new, a place where nature's vastness encourages a sense of calm reflection. These mountains, in their grandeur, offer a tapestry of stories woven through time. Each peak, each valley, tells of the Earth's profound patience and resilience. These mountains, though immense, invite us to pause and consider the slow, deliberate processes that have shaped them and continue to do so. Together, we shall explore these themes, not with urgency but with a pace that allows for rest and contemplation. As we embark on this journey, let us find comfort in the quietude of these mountains. Their presence is a gentle reminder of the world beyond our immediate surroundings, a world where time feels abundant and the natural order unfolds without haste. In this space, we discover not only the Himalayas themselves, but also the quiet influence they exert on the lands and lives around them. The Himalayas have long been a point of intersection, a place where different regions, climates, and cultures meet rather than divide. As we journey through their vast expanse, we will come to understand how these mountains connect rather than separate, how they shape the world in ways both seen and unseen. This exploration is not just an examination of physical geography, but an invitation to appreciate the subtle interplay of life, land, and time. With each step, we will delve into the ancient past, a time before these mountains rose, when their land lay beneath the vast embrace of an ancient ocean. The movements of continents, slow and steady, set the stage for what would eventually become the Himalayas. It is a story written over millennia, a testament to the quiet persistence of natural forces. Our journey will also take us to the present, where the Indian plate continues its slow, relentless push into the Eurasian landmass. The earth beneath these mountains is in constant motion, yet this movement is measured in millimeters per year, a reminder that change often occurs at a pace that is almost imperceptible to our senses. Amidst the ridges, valleys, and plateaus, we will see that the Himalayas are not merely a singular wall of peaks, but a complex system of layers, each with its own story and significance. Snow and ice cover these heights, accumulating over long winters, holding within them the quiet promise of meltwater that nurtures life far beyond the mountain's immediate domain. In exploring the glaciers, we will witness their slow-motion journey, carving and reshaping the landscape over thousands of years. These rivers of ice move with a deliberate grace, a testament to the power of time and the gradual processes that shape our world. The rivers born from these mountains carry with them the essence of the Himalayas, flowing into regions far beyond, supporting life and sustaining communities. They are a lifeline, a gentle reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. As we contemplate the climate, we will see how the range influences monsoons and rain shadows, creating diverse weather patterns across Asia. The mountains play a silent role in shaping the climate, their presence felt far beyond their immediate vicinity, a quiet guardian of balance and change. Even as we explore the human presence in these mountains, we will do so with a focus on the timeless rhythms of life. The valleys and lower slopes have been home to people for generations, their lives shaped by the mountain's gentle guidance. daily life unfolds with a quiet predictability dictated by the cycles of farming, animal care, and the long stillness of winter. Paths and passes tell of ancient trade routes, where movement was measured not by distance but by days and seasons. This slow pace of life is a reflection of the mountains themselves, a reminder that time in these heights is experienced differently. As we continue this journey, let us remain mindful of the gradual changes that define the Himalayas. From the shifting landscapes of forests and grasslands to the adaptation of wildlife to the thin air and cold temperatures, each element speaks of a world in balance where change is an accepted part of existence. The homes built in these regions reflect the mountain's influence, constructed from stone, wood, and earth, designed for enduring the elements rather than hastily constructed. These shelters stand as a testament to human resilience and the quiet harmony with nature. In exploring the spiritual significance of these peaks, we will see how they have become sacred landmarks, places of pilgrimage and quiet belief. The mountains inspire a sense of stillness, a place where the soul can find peace amidst the vastness. At altitude, time takes on a different quality, where waiting becomes a natural part of life. The weather and light shape the rhythm of days, a gentle reminder that in the grand scheme, time is vast, and our place within it is but a moment. As we conclude, let us reflect on the natural changes that occur in these mountains. Earthquakes, landslides, and avalanches are understood not as disruptions, but as integral parts of the landscape, a reminder of the Earth's continuous evolution. In the modern world, change enters the Himalayas slowly. Roads, maps, and technology find their way into the region, yet the mountains remain timeless, a place where the essence of nature endures despite the passage of time. Through this exploration, we come to appreciate the Himalayas not just as a geographical feature, but as a symbol of endurance and impermanence. These mountains, in their stillness, offer us a space to pause, reflect, and find peace in the ever-changing yet timeless world they inhabit. In the soft light of dawn, the mighty arc of the Himalayas emerges as a gentle yet commanding presence across South Asia. This great range, stretching over 2,400 kilometers, gracefully spans 5 countries: Bhutan, India, Nepal, China, and Pakistan. Though these peaks rise sharply against the sky, their true role is not to sever the lands and people they overlook, but rather to connect them in a subtle, enduring embrace. To ponder the Himalayas is to consider a landscape of profound unity. Each segment of the range offers a distinct set of climates and cultures woven into a seamless tapestry. In the west, the towering heights of Nanga Parbat loom, while to the east, the gentle slopes of Arunachal Pradesh cradle verdant forests. Yet, it is the spaces between, the valleys and passes, that tell stories of shared histories and interwoven destinies. The Himalayas act as a natural corridor, facilitating the movement of water, air, and life itself. Winds from the Indian Ocean, laden with moisture, rise to greet the high summits, where they cool and condense. This process breathes life into the monsoon, spreading essential rains across the subcontinent. The range does not merely divide climates, it orchestrates them, guiding rainfall patterns that nurture both the lush plains of the Ganges and the dry expanses of the Tibetan Plateau. Culturally, the Himalayas have long been a realm of convergence. For centuries, traders and pilgrims have traversed its paths, bringing with them goods, ideas, and beliefs. These mountain routes, often arduous and winding, foster exchange rather than isolation. In the shadow of these peaks, languages blend and traditions intertwine, creating a mosaic of human experience that is as varied as the landscape itself. The regions flanking the Himalayas are home to a myriad of communities, each adapted to the nuances of their environment. In the lush foothills, rice terraces rise in gentle steps, while higher up, the hardy grains of barley find purchase in rocky soils. People here live in harmony with the rhythms of nature, their lives shaped by the seasons and the slow passage of time. The mountains provide not only a backdrop, but a framework within which life unfolds. The Himalayas' vastness is matched by their subtlety. To the casual observer, the range may seem a mere barrier, yet closer inspection reveals a complex geography of ridges, valleys, and plateaus. Each feature plays a role in the broader ecological and cultural system, from the fertile soils of the Terai to the arid heights of Ladakh. The mountains are a living entity, their slopes and summits in constant dialogue with the elements. Across the range, the interplay of altitude and latitude creates a variety of habitats, each supporting unique forms of life. In the lower reaches, dense forests of oak and rhododendron provide shelter for myriad species, while above the tree line, hardy shrubs and grasses cling to life amidst the rocks. This diversity is mirrored in the human populations, whose adaptations to the land are as varied as the peaks themselves. The Himalayas, therefore, represent more than a physical presence. They are a conduit for connection and continuity. Through their quiet grandeur, they remind us that boundaries are often mere constructs, overshadowed by the deeper natural links that bind us all. Here, the landscape itself is a testament to endurance and interdependence, its grandeur both humbling and reassuring. In contemplating the Himalayas, one finds a sense of timelessness, a reminder that these mountains have stood watch over countless generations. Their peaks, dusted with snow and shrouded in mist, offer a gentle reminder of the enduring cycles of nature. The Himalayas invite us to consider not only the vastness of the world, but also the quiet, persistent connections that sustain it. As you continue to explore this majestic range, remember that the Himalayas are not merely a collection of peaks. They are a living system, a network of influences that stretch far beyond their immediate boundaries. Here, at the roof of the world, the elements of earth, air, and water converge, shaping the lives and landscapes of all who dwell beneath their gaze. In this way, the Himalayas sit not as a divider of nations, but as a silent witness to the unity of the natural world, a grandeur best appreciated in the stillness of mindful observation. In the depth of ancient time, long before the first whispers of the Himalayas brushed the sky, the region we now associate with towering peaks lay beneath a vast, serene ocean. This ocean, known as the Tethys Sea, stretched widely across what would one day become the southern reaches of Asia. Its waters were home to myriad marine life, each silently weaving the tapestry of a world yet to emerge. The Tethys Sea was an expanse of gentle waters, its tides dictated by forces that were both distant and near. It was a realm where the rhythm of life was dictated by the ebb and flow of waves, a quiet reminder of the Earth's ancient past. Beneath the surface, layers of sediment slowly accumulated, a precursor to the landforms that would eventually rise above. Continental plates, those immense segments of the Earth's crust, drifted with a slow and ponderous grace. The Indian plate, once nestled near the southern hemisphere, began its gradual journey northward. Driven by the inexorable forces deep within the Earth, this plate moved at a pace that could be likened to the growth of a fingernail. It was a migration measured not in years but in epochs, a testament to the slow dance of geologic time. As the Indian plate continued its northern course, it carried with it remnants of ancient sea floors and the stories of bygone eras. These fragments, compressed and transformed over millions of years, would form the building blocks of future mountains. Yet, at this time, they remained hidden beneath the tranquil waters of the Tethys. The meeting of the Indian plate with the larger Eurasian plate was a distant inevitability. As they inched closer, the sea between them began to narrow, its vastness reduced with each passing millennium. This gradual convergence was unhurried, almost imperceptible in its progress, but it was a significant prelude to the majestic upheaval that lay ahead. The forces driving these plates were not in a hurry. Deep beneath the surface, the mantle's convection currents moved slowly, transferring heat and energy that propelled the continents on their relentless paths. These currents, invisible yet powerful, were the silent architects of the world's landscapes, shaping the future in increments so small they defied immediate observation. Over time, the narrowing of the Tethys Sea led to changes in the environment. The marine life, once abundant and varied, began to adapt or migrate, sensing the subtle shifts in their habitat. Coral reefs, which had thrived in the warm, shallow waters, left behind limestone deposits rich with fossilized remains. These deposits, layered and compacted over eons, would eventually form the limestone cliffs of the Himalayas. The slow drift of the continents and the closing of the Tethys Sea were part of a larger, ongoing process that shaped the Earth. This was a world where change was constant, yet it unfolded at a pace that allowed life to adjust, evolve, and find new balance. The ancient ocean, with its quiet depths and shifting shores, was a testament to the Earth's ability to transform, to take the raw materials of one epoch and craft the landscapes of another. As the Indian plate pressed steadily northward, it carried with it the sediments and stories of millions of years, a geological narrative written in rock. These materials, once settled on the ocean floor, would be thrust upwards in the slow birth of mountain ranges. It was a process that required patience, a gradual accumulation of forces that would eventually culminate in the rise of the Himalayas. The closure of the Tethys Sea was not a dramatic event, but rather a series of gentle transitions, each step paving the way for what was to come. The ocean's retreat left behind vast plains and basins, new landscapes that hinted at the potential for future change. These areas, once submerged, began to see the first light of day, their surfaces ready to support new forms of life. In this ancient time, the world's climate was different, shaped by the vast oceans and the positions of the continents. The slow drift of the Indian plate altered ocean currents and atmospheric patterns, setting in motion changes that would echo through the ages. These shifts were subtle, yet they laid the groundwork for the diverse climates that would eventually surround the Himalayas. In the absence of urgency, the Earth's systems continued their steady work. Erosion, deposition, and tectonic activity all played their part, each contributing to the slow crafting of the landscape. The forces at play were immense, yet their actions were measured, a reminder of the Earth's capacity for gradual transformation. The story of the Himalayas is one of ancient beginnings, a tale written in the language of rocks and oceans. It is a reminder that the world we see today is the result of countless silent processes, each one building upon the last. In the time before mountains, the seeds of change were sown beneath an ancient sea, and the slow drift of continents set the stage for the grand landscapes that would one day emerge. As we reflect on this time before mountains, we are invited to consider the quiet power of gradual change. The Earth's history is a continuous unfolding, a journey marked by patience and resilience. In the realm of the ancient Tethys, we find a world that existed long before human eyes beheld it, a world that laid the foundation for the majestic peaks we now admire. This chapter of Earth's story is a gentle reminder of the impermanence and continuity of the natural world. It invites us to appreciate the subtle forces that shape our planet, forces that work quietly and persistently to create the landscapes that endure through time. In the absence of haste, the Earth continues its slow, magnificent dance, crafting beauty from the remnants of the past. In a world of geological quiet, the Indian plate makes its inexorable journey northwards, pressing ever so gently into the Eurasian landmass. This meeting of continental giants is a process both ancient and current, a dance of tectonic plates that occurs millimeter by millimeter each year. The movement is imperceptible to those who dwell upon the surface, yet it shapes the very bones of the Earth below. This slow collision began millions of years ago, a testament to the planet's restless nature. As the Indian plate nudges against its Eurasian counterpart, a remarkable transformation takes place beneath the ground. The immense pressure from this movement causes the crust to fold and warp, a gradual bending and lifting that gives rise to the formidable heights of the Himalayas. These mountains, majestic and seemingly eternal, are the visible testament to forces that operate on timescales far beyond human perception. The process of uplift is subtle, a gentle coaxing of rock into higher altitudes. Over centuries, the landscape is reshaped, the ground underfoot rising ever so slightly. This is not a hurried affair, but rather a leisurely ascent, a testament to the patience of the Earth. With each passing year, the Himalayas grow a little taller, their peaks reaching further into the sky, while valleys deepen and widen, sculpted by unseen hands. As the plates continue their slow-motion embrace, the energy of their convergence is not always evenly distributed. Instead, it finds expression in the undulating ridges and complex topography of the range. Here, the Earth folds upon itself, creating a tapestry of geological features that tell the story of their ongoing creation. This is a landscape in flux, yet one that changes almost imperceptibly over generations. The forces at play are monumental, yet their effects are muted, a testament to the resilience of rock under pressure. The Himalayas, with their craggy peaks and expansive vistas, stand as silent witnesses to the power of tectonics. They are reminders of a world that is constantly reshaping itself, a world where change is the only constant, albeit a change that happens at a pace that encourages reflection rather than alarm. In this high-altitude realm, the collision of plates is a quiet symphony, a harmonious blending of forces that brings about both creation and destruction. The rocks themselves, under immense stress, can sometimes fracture, leading to the occasional tremor that serves as a gentle reminder of the forces at work beneath the surface. These are not interruptions, but rather part of the ongoing dialogue between landmasses. Over time, the Himalayas have grown to become the tallest mountain range on Earth, their peaks piercing the sky. Yet, despite their grandeur, they are still young in geological terms, a testament to the ongoing nature of the Indian plate's collision with Eurasia. This is a process without urgency, a reminder that nature's grand designs unfold over epochs, not moments. The collision has not only shaped the land, but it has also influenced the climate and ecology of the region. The Himalayas act as a formidable barrier, altering wind patterns and precipitation across the continent. This, too, is a product of the plate's enduring embrace, a subtle shift that has far-reaching consequences for the world around them. In the shadow of these mountains, life continues in quiet adaptation to the ever-present, yet almost invisible, forces shaping the land. The people, flora, and fauna of the region have all found a way to coexist with the slow-motion collision, their lives attuned to the rhythm of the Earth's movements. The ongoing collision of the Indian and Eurasian plates is a reminder of the Earth's dynamic nature. It is a process that has been underway for millions of years and will continue long into the future, a testament to the planet's enduring capacity for change. As the Himalayas continue their slow rise, they stand as both a monument to the past and a promise of the future. A reminder that in nature, even the most profound changes occur in their own time, without haste or urgency. In the quiet expanse of the Himalayan range, the landscape unfolds with a gentle complexity, a tapestry of ridges and valleys that stretches far beyond the imagination. It is here that the notion of a mountain range transcends the simplistic idea of towering peaks. Instead, it reveals itself as a multifaceted structure, a subtle interplay of geological forms that have been meticulously crafted over countless millennia. Ridges rise with a measured grace, their lines drawn softly against the sky, each one a testament to the forces that gently push and pull beneath the Earth's crust. These ridges are not mere barriers of stone, but are part of a larger symphony, their presence directing winds and guiding the paths of clouds. As you trace their contours with your mind, consider how each ridge is shaped by the steady hand of time, a patient sculptor of landscapes. Nestled between these ridges lie the valleys, cradles of life and movement. They are formed by the persistent, slow dance of erosion and uplift. Here, water carves delicate paths, etching its journey into the rock with a persistence that knows no haste. These valleys are sanctuaries, offering shelter from the winds and collecting the waters that will eventually nourish lands far beyond their borders. The quiet accumulation of soil, carried by streams and rivers, builds fertile grounds that support life in myriad forms. Above these valleys, the plateaus stretch out like ancient wind-swept plains. They are remnants of a time when forces beneath the earth lifted them high, yet left them flat and expansive. These plateaus offer a unique perspective, a place where the sky feels closer and the air is thin. They are the meeting grounds of stone and sky, where the earth seems to pause in its upward journey, offering a moment of stillness amidst the relentless change. The Himalayas are further defined by their passes, those gentle interruptions in the ridges that allow passage from one realm to another. These are the natural corridors through which life and weather flow, quietly connecting the isolated pockets of this vast range. Passes have long served as conduits for the movements of both nature and humankind, their presence a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. They are not abrupt doorways, but gentle inclines, inviting the traveler to move at a pace dictated by the land itself. Together, these elements, ridges, valleys, plateaus, and passes, compose a mountain range that is not a static wall, but a living, breathing entity. Each part plays its role in a grand, slow-moving ballet, a performance that has been ongoing for millions of years. The Himalayas, in their layered complexity, remind us that what we see on the surface is but a fraction of the story, a glimpse into the intricate processes that shape the world we inhabit. The formation of this range is a testament to the slow accumulation of geological processes, where each layer is a chapter in the Earth's lengthy narrative. As the Indian subcontinent presses inexorably into the Asian plate, the resulting pressure folds and uplifts the land, creating new features even as erosion gently wears them down. This dynamic balance ensures that the Himalayas are neither permanent nor fleeting, but part of an ongoing evolution that defies the rush of human time. In understanding what makes a mountain range, one gains insight into the quiet persistence of nature. The Himalayas, with their varied landscape, illustrate how diverse environments can coexist within a single system, each influencing the other in subtle ways. The interplay between the heights and the depths, the solid and the void, creates a complex yet harmonious whole. In this contemplative space, one might pause to consider how these formations, seemingly immutable, are the result of processes that continue to unfold beneath the surface. The Earth, in its slow and deliberate manner, is ever at work, crafting and reshaping the land with a patience that spans beyond generations. It is a reminder that change, though often imperceptible, is the only constant. As you allow your thoughts to wander over this vast landscape, consider how the Himalayas, in their layered existence, offer a quiet lesson in endurance and transformation. They stand as a testament to the power of gradual change, to the cumulative effect of countless small actions that, over time, shape the grandest of forms. In their presence, one finds a sense of continuity that is both humbling and reassuring. In the end, the Himalayas teach us that a mountain range is not simply a collection of peaks, but a complex system of interactions and balances. It is a story written in stone and time, unfolding slowly beneath the skies, an ongoing dialogue between the earth and the elements that shape it. As you drift further into this landscape, let the quiet complexity of the Himalayas guide your thoughts gently, allowing you to find rest in their timeless presence. The Himalayan mountain range, standing tall and majestic, offers a serene tableau of snow and ice, stretching across the horizon in silent splendor. The peaks are cloaked in a constant shroud of white, a testament to the region's endless winter. Up here, the air is thin, and the world seems to slow, wrapped in a stillness that feels eternal. With each passing year, the seasons perform their timeless dance. As autumn gives way to winter, a gentle transformation begins. Snowflakes fall softly from the sky, each one unique, yet collectively forming a vast expanse of pure white. This seasonal snowfall is more than just a fleeting coat. It is a vital layer that transforms the landscape, adding to the mountain's ethereal beauty. The snow arrives quietly, accumulating layer upon layer, as if composing a delicate symphony of silence. It blankets the rugged terrain, smoothing the sharp edges of the rocks beneath. The snowfall is a slow painter, covering the earth with broad strokes of white, and as it settles, it becomes a part of the landscape, a natural quilt that insulates and protects. Over time, as the snow compacts under its weight, it begins a slow metamorphosis. The lower layers, pressed by the relentless accumulation above, start to crystallize into ice. This transformation is gradual, almost imperceptible, yet it is the beginning of something far more enduring. Permanent ice forms, a lasting feature of the high-altitude vista, sculpted by the chill of countless winters. These ice fields, or glaciers, are vast and ancient. They are the enduring giants of the mountains, holding within them the frozen memories of past ages. Year by year, they grow and shrink, responding to the quiet rhythms of climate and time. Their presence is a testament to the constancy of cold, a reminder of the Earth's far-reaching cycles. The cold itself is a quiet architect, shaping the landscape in its own unhurried manner. It seeps into the rock, contracting and expanding with the seasons, slowly carving and molding the earth beneath. This gradual process, known as freeze-thaw weathering, is a subtle yet persistent force, wearing away at the mountains over millennia. In the high altitude, the air is thin and the temperatures remain low throughout the year. This chill is not an adversary but a partner in the creation of the high-altitude stillness. The cold conserves energy, slowing everything down. Movement becomes deliberate, a careful negotiation with the elements. Here, life adapts to the cold. The flora and fauna that call these heights home have evolved to endure the harsh conditions. Plants grow low to the ground, seeking shelter from the biting winds. Animals develop thicker coats, their lives attuned to the changing seasons as they conserve energy during the long, cold months. As winter holds the mountains in its grip, the world below seems distant. The valleys and plains are out of sight, lost beyond the horizon. Up here, there is only the wind, the snow, and the ice, a trinity of elements bound together in a perpetual dance. The stillness is profound, a quietude that invites contemplation, a space where time seems to pause. Winter in the Himalayas is not an intrusion but a renewal, a time when the mountains rest under their blanket of snow. It is a season of patience, of endurance, where each flake that falls adds to the story of the land. The mountains are content in their stillness, a reminder of the power of time, of slow and steady change. As spring approaches, the snow begins to melt, revealing the earth beneath. But even as the warmer months arrive, the ice remains. It is a perennial presence, a guardian of the high places. The glaciers, too, hold fast, their slow movement almost imperceptible, a reminder of the enduring nature of these great mountains. In this realm of snow and ice, the Himalayas stand as a testament to the beauty of stillness and the quiet power of nature. They are a sanctuary of calm, a place where the world's noise is hushed and the mind can wander freely. Here, in the high-altitude stillness, one can find a rare peace, a momentary pause in the ceaseless flow of time. In the serene expanse of the Himalayas, where time seems to stretch and soften, glaciers unfold their quiet majesty. These rivers of ice, both ancient and ever-present, begin their journey high in the cold solitude of mountain peaks. Here, snow falls softly, layer upon layer, compacting under its own weight. Over decades, the snow transforms into dense ice, marking the birth of a glacier. This process is neither hurried nor abrupt. It is a gentle transition, a slow metamorphosis that mirrors the unhurried rhythm of these vast mountains. As a glacier forms, it begins to move, almost imperceptibly. The force of gravity, relentless yet tender, urges it downward. Inch by inch, the glacier finds its path, carving through rock and soil with a patience known only to nature. It is a sculptor of the landscape, its tools the immense weight and pressure of ice. Valleys are deepened, their profiles reshaped by this slow, steady passage. The glacier is both an artist and a historian, recording the passage of time in the very contours it leaves behind. The movement of a glacier is a subtle dance, one that can span centuries. Its progress is not a straight line, but a measured advance and retreat, guided by cycles of warming and cooling. In warmer decades, the ice may thin, withdrawing slightly, allowing the valley to breathe. When colder years return, the glacier reclaims its space, advancing once again. This cycle, almost invisible to the human eye, is a testament to the glacier's resilience. It is a dynamic equilibrium, a balance struck over millennia. As glaciers move, they carry with them the debris of the mountains. Rocks and sediments, entrapped within the ice, are transported over great distances. When the ice eventually melts, these materials are deposited, forming moraines that mark the glacier's former reach. These deposits tell silent stories of journeys completed, of landscapes once covered in ice now revealed. The land beneath a glacier is not barren. It is rich with the potential of new beginnings, a stage set for life to return and flourish. The valleys carved by glaciers are distinctive, their U-shaped profiles a signature of glacial activity. Unlike the sharp V-shaped valleys formed by rivers, these wide, gentle curves speak of the glacier's enduring influence. Over thousands of years, these valleys evolve, becoming habitats for diverse ecosystems. Streams, fed by the melting ice, trace new paths through the land, nurturing life in the wake of the glacier's retreat. Each valley, unique in its formation, is a testament to the glacier's enduring legacy. In their stillness, glaciers are reservoirs of the past. Trapped within their layers are air bubbles, tiny time capsules preserving the atmosphere of ages long gone. Scientists, with careful precision, extract cores from the ice, unlocking secrets of ancient climates. These records, preserved in ice, offer a window into Earth's history, revealing patterns of change that have shaped the planet. The glacier, while silent, speaks volumes about the world's long and intricate journey. The life of a glacier is a reminder of nature's quiet persistence. It is a cycle of creation and transformation, where nothing is rushed and everything has its place. In the Himalayas, these glaciers stand as witnesses to the passage of time, their presence a constant amid the mountain's slow, steady rise. They are a testament to the power of gradual change, a force that shapes the world with gentle, unwavering hands. Even as the world around them shifts, glaciers maintain their slow, deliberate course. They are a part of a larger story, one that encompasses the ebb and flow of ice ages, the warming touch of the sun, and the cool embrace of the night. These glaciers, in their serene march, remind us that change need not be fast to be profound. In their presence, we find a reflection of endurance and patience, qualities as enduring as the mountains themselves. The glaciers of the Himalayas continue to be a vital source of fresh water, their meltwaters feeding rivers that sustain millions far below. This flow is a quiet assurance of life, a promise renewed each season as the ice gives way to water. It is a cycle that has persisted for eons, a gentle rhythm that supports the intricate web of life in the region. In this way, glaciers are not merely relics of the past, they are active participants in the present, shaping the future in ways both subtle and significant. As we draw closer to the end of this reflection, let us linger on the thought of glaciers as symbols of the natural world's enduring patience. In their slow, silent movement, they teach us about the value of time and the beauty of gradual transformation. The Himalayas, with their glaciers, stand as a testament to nature's quiet power, a reminder that even the most imperceptible changes can leave a lasting impression. Here, in this serene landscape, the glaciers continue their timeless journey, an ever-present reminder of the vast and gentle forces that shape our world. In the serene quiet of the Himalayan highlands, where the air is thin and clear, a gentle transformation begins. With each passing day, as the sun rises and falls, a gradual melting occurs, where snow and ice give way to tiny trickles of water. These trickles, almost imperceptible at first, gather strength, joining together in a quiet but persistent journey. As they flow, they carve out paths through the rock and earth, forming streams that wind their way down the slopes with unhurried purpose. These streams, born from the high mountains, slowly gain momentum, gathering additional water from countless other sources along the way. As they descend, they breathe life into the valleys, where they begin to merge and intertwine, creating rivers that carry the essence of the mountains far beyond their lofty origins. Each river is a thread in the vast tapestry of the landscape, quietly weaving its way through the terrain, connecting distant regions in a network of flowing water. In the Himalayas, the rivers are not mere bodies of water, but bearers of life and vitality. The great rivers such as the Ganges, Indus, and Brahmaputra trace their origins to these lofty heights, their journeys beginning with the simplest of beginnings. As they travel, they nurture the land, spreading fertility and sustenance to the plains below. Their waters, rich with minerals gathered from the mountain soils, nourish the fields and forests, supporting a wide array of life. As these rivers meander through the landscape, they create an ever-changing mosaic of ecosystems, each adapted to the gentle rhythm of the river's flow. In the floodplains, lush vegetation thrives, drawing sustenance from the nutrients deposited by the river's gentle ebb and flow. Here, plants and animals find a home, their lives intricately linked to the water that sustains them. Fish swim in the currents, birds nest along the banks, and mammals come to drink and graze, all part of a harmonious whole. Further downstream, the rivers continue their journey, reaching beyond the foothills, where they become vital arteries of commerce and culture. Towns and cities spring up along their banks, drawn by the life-giving waters and the fertile land. Here, people have long settled, their lives intertwined with the rivers, relying on them for irrigation, transport, and sustenance. The rivers are not just physical entities, but are woven into the fabric of human life, shaping communities and traditions over generations. As the rivers continue their gentle course toward the sea, they carry with them stories of the mountains. With each meander and bend, they reflect the quiet persistence of nature, a reminder of the slow, steady processes that shape the world. They are witnesses to the passage of time, their waters flowing tirelessly, yet with a sense of calm and inevitability. The journey of these rivers is a testament to the enduring connection between the mountains and the world beyond. They serve as silent ambassadors, bridging the high, remote peaks with the bustling life of the plains. In their flow, one can sense the slow, deliberate pulse of the earth, a rhythm that echoes through the ages, unhurried and constant. As night falls over the Himalayas, the rivers continue their journey under the starlit sky. Their waters, reflecting the moonlight, glisten with a soft luminescence, a quiet reminder of their presence. In the stillness, they whisper their secrets to those who listen, telling tales of their mountain origins and the lands they have traversed. In a world that often rushes forward, the rivers of the Himalayas offer a gentle lesson in patience and persistence. They remind us that change is a gradual process, shaped by countless small actions over time. In their flow, we find a model for resilience and endurance, a quiet strength that carries on, unceasing and ever-present. So let us pause for a moment to appreciate these rivers, born of the mountains, shaped by the landscape, and vital to life far beyond their beginnings. In their gentle journey, they teach us about the interconnectedness of all things, the subtle balance of nature, and the quiet power of time. As we drift along with their flow, we find a sense of peace and continuity, a reminder that even amidst change, some things endure. In the gentle embrace of the Himalayas, the atmosphere finds its own rhythm, a slow dance dictated by these towering peaks. The mountains stand as calm sentinels, influencing the climate across vast distances, and their presence is felt far beyond their immediate vicinity. The monsoon, a seasonal visitor, is a key player in this climatic symphony. Each year, the winds gather moisture from the Indian Ocean, traveling north towards the subcontinent. As they approach the Himalayas, these air masses are lifted, cooled, and condensed, resulting in life-giving rains. This process is neither hurried nor abrupt. Rather, it unfolds with an ease that belies its complexity. The rains nurture the land, filling rivers and reservoirs, supporting agriculture and ecosystems alike. Yet, not all regions receive this bounteous gift. On the leeward side of the mountains, the story is different. Here, the same peaks that bring rain to the south cast a rain shadow to the north, creating arid conditions. The air descends, warming and drying, leaving places like the Tibetan Plateau in stark contrast to the lushness found on the opposite slopes. This balance of excess and scarcity is a quiet testament to the mountain's influence, an equilibrium maintained over millennia. The Himalayas also play a subtle role in shaping long-term weather patterns. Their height and expanse act as a barrier, altering wind patterns that stretch far beyond Asia. During winter, cold air masses from the Arctic and Siberia are deflected, while in summer, the monsoon is drawn northward. This interplay of air currents is a slow, deliberate process, with subtle shifts accumulating over time to create the diverse climates experienced across the continent. In the gentle slope of the foothills, where the climates converge, the seasons change with a measured grace. Spring brings a gradual thaw as snowmelt swells streams and rivers. Summer follows with its rains and warmth. Autumn arrives with a cooling breath, and winter lays a quiet blanket of snow once more. Each change is a whisper, a reminder of the cyclical nature of time in these high places. The Himalayas, with their formidable presence, hold a delicate sway over the climate. They are both a barrier and a conduit, shaping the flow of winds and the patterns of precipitation. Their influence extends beyond immediate borders, touching lives and landscapes far afield. Yet, this power is exercised with subtlety, a slow and steady hand guiding the grand tapestry of weather across Asia. As day turns to night, the air cools and settles, the mountains silhouetted against the fading light. It is a time for reflection, a moment to appreciate the quiet constancy of these peaks and their enduring impact on the world around them. The Himalayas stand as a testament to the beauty of balance, a reminder that even the most imposing forces can operate with gentle steadiness. In the gentle embrace of the Himalayas, where towering peaks touch the heavens, the story of early human presence unfolds slowly, like a quiet dawn. Here, the landscape whispers tales of a time when people began to seek refuge among these majestic mountains. They arrived not in haste, but with a sense of exploration and adaptation, moving gradually into the valleys and lower slopes, where life could find a foothold amidst the grandeur of nature. The valleys, nestled between the towering ranges, provided the first signs of welcome. These natural shelters offered protection from the elements, with their gentle slopes and flowing waters creating an environment ripe for settlement. The early settlers, guided by instinct and necessity, chose these places with care, recognizing their potential for sustaining life. Here, the air was thick with opportunity, and the earth promised sustenance. Water, the lifeblood of any settlement, flowed abundantly in this region. Glacial meltwater coursed down from the heights, carving paths through the valleys and nourishing the land. The settlers understood the importance of these water sources, not just for drinking, but for the cultivation of crops and the support of livestock. In time, small communities began to form, each one a testament to the enduring relationship between humans and the natural world. Shelter was another essential need, and the early inhabitants crafted their homes from the very materials that surrounded them. Stone and wood became the building blocks of their dwellings, offering warmth and protection against the mountain's chill. These structures, simple yet effective, were designed to withstand the harsh conditions of high-altitude living. Over time, they became part of the landscape, blending seamlessly into the environment, as if nature itself had intended their presence. The choice of settlement was not random, but rather a careful consideration of the many factors that contributed to a stable life. The early people sought places where the land was fertile and the climate was forgiving, where the seasons allowed for the growth of crops and the rearing of animals. They understood the rhythms of the earth and adapted their lives to its cycles, planting and harvesting with the changing of the seasons, following the subtle cues of nature. As these small communities grew, they developed a symbiotic relationship with their surroundings. The mountains, once seen as barriers, became allies, offering not just shelter and sustenance, but also spiritual solace. The peaks, shrouded in mist and mystery, inspired awe and reverence, They became symbols of endurance and resilience, reminders of the delicate balance between humanity and the natural world. In these early days, life moved at a different pace. The mountains dictated the rhythm, with their silent presence guiding the flow of daily activities. There was no rush, no urgency, only the steady progress of life unfolding at its own tempo. The people learned to live in harmony with the land, understanding that patience was a virtue and that the rewards of their labor would come in due time. The quiet presence of humans among the Himalayas is a testament to their adaptability and resilience. Over time, as they settled deeper into the valleys and slopes, they became part of the landscape, their lives intertwined with the rhythm of the mountains. Here, they found not just a place to live, but a sense of belonging, a connection to something greater than themselves. Today, as we reflect on these early settlers, we see not just their struggle for survival, but their triumph in creating a life amidst the grandeur of the Himalayas. They were pioneers in every sense, carving out a place for themselves in a world that seemed both vast and intimate. In their footsteps, we find echoes of our own journey, the timeless quest for shelter, water, and stability, and the enduring relationship between humanity and the natural world. In the quiet rhythm of the Himalayan villages, life unfolds with a gentle predictability. As the seasons shift, so too does the daily routine, reflecting a deep connection to the land and its cycles. These villages, nestled in the folds of towering mountains, are places where time passes slowly, each day echoing the ones before it in a harmonious repetition. Farming in these high-altitude settlements is a careful dance with nature. The growing season is brief, dictated by the altitude and the chill of long winters. Farmers work the terraced fields that cling to the mountainsides, their steps sure and steady on pathways worn smooth by generations. The terraces, carved long ago, are a testament to human resilience, catching the sun and holding warmth in the soil. Here, crops like barley, potatoes, and buckwheat are sown, their growth a quiet promise of sustenance. The cycle of planting and harvest is both an art and a necessity, honed over countless seasons. As spring arrives, the fields come alive with activity. Seeds are sown with care, each one a tiny hope buried in the earth. Through the summer months, villagers tend to their crops, nurturing them with the knowledge passed down through families. The harvest is a time of communal effort, laughter, and shared labor as crops are gathered in and stored for the long winter ahead. Animal husbandry complements the agricultural cycle, adding a layer of rhythm to village life. Yaks, sheep, and goats roam the pastures, their presence a constant in the landscape. These animals provide milk, wool, and meat, their care a daily responsibility that shapes the lives of those who tend to them. Herding is a skill learned early, as children join their elders in leading animals to graze in high meadows, where the grass grows lush and green. As the seasons turn, preparations for winter begin in earnest. Food storage becomes a central focus, the fruits of labor carefully preserved. Root cellars are stocked with potatoes and turnips, while grains are stored in sacks, safe from the elements. Meat is salted or dried, hanging in cool, dark spaces to be used in the months when the land lies dormant. These practices ensure survival, a quiet testament to foresight and the knowledge of cycles. Winter descends with a gentle inevitability, blanketing the villages in snow and stillness. Life slows to a tranquil pace, as pathways become quiet and the fields rest beneath their white covering. Inside homes, fires crackle, providing warmth and comfort. The days are shorter, marked by the light of dawn and dusk, while the nights stretch long and cold. During these months, the rhythm of daily life shifts indoors. Families gather around the hearth, sharing stories and tasks. The weaving of wool, spun from the sheep and yaks, becomes a central activity. Hands work steadily, creating garments and blankets to ward off the cold. This is a time of introspection and quiet companionship, where the bonds of community are strengthened through shared experience. Even in the depths of winter, there are moments of movement and purpose. The care of animals continues as yaks and goats are fed with stored fodder, their coats thick against the chill. On clear days, villagers venture out, their breath visible in the crisp air, to check on neighbors and ensure that all is well within their community. Life in these Himalayan villages is a tapestry woven from the threads of necessity and tradition. Each action, whether in the field, tending to animals, or within the home, is part of a larger cycle that has sustained these communities for centuries. The predictability of this cycle offers a reassuring constancy, a gentle reminder of the enduring connection between people and the land. As winter slowly gives way to spring, the cycle begins anew. The snow melts, revealing the contours of the terraces, and the first shoots of green push through the earth. The fields call once more, inviting the villagers to begin the dance of planting and tending. In this timeless cycle, the villagers find a quiet strength and a sense of belonging, their lives an unhurried reflection of the mountains themselves. In the quiet rhythm of the mountains, paths have wound their way through the landscape for centuries. These paths, some worn smooth by countless footsteps, offer a gentle connection between valleys and across ridges. In the vastness of the Himalayas, movement takes its time, unhurried by modern measures of speed. Here, distance is not counted by miles or kilometers, but by the days it takes to traverse them. Each step is a small journey in itself, a part of a longer story of trade, travel, and connection. For those who traversed these routes, the mountains were not obstacles but companions. The paths themselves became guides, tracing routes that were as much a part of the landscape as the streams and trees. Slowly, over time, people learned the rhythms of the mountains, knowing when the weather would allow safe passage and when it was best to wait. Seasons dictated the journey, with summer's warmth opening high passes and winter's chill closing them once more. Trade in the Himalayas unfolded at this deliberate pace, shaped by the mountain's embrace. Goods moved along these paths, carried by those who knew the terrain. Salt, wool, spices, and tea passed from one region to another, threading a network of exchange through the valleys. The trade routes linked not just goods, but ideas and cultures, creating a tapestry of shared knowledge and tradition. These routes were more than mere trails. They were lifelines, sustaining communities nestled in the high altitudes. The movement of goods ensured that even the most remote settlements had access to essentials, linking them to the wider world. This connectivity fostered a sense of interdependence, each village a bead on a necklace strung by these ancient paths. As traders made their way through the mountains, they carried stories alongside their wares. Tales of distant lands, of other ways of life, spread softly from village to village, enriching the cultural fabric of the region. In the evenings, as fires flickered in the cooling air, these stories were shared, adding another layer to the rich oral traditions of the Himalayas. The paths themselves adapted to the slow changes of the landscape. Landslides might shift a route slightly, while new growth might obscure unused tracks. Yet, the essence of the pathways remained, etched into the memory of those who walked them. Over time, some routes became more favored, while others faded into quiet obscurity, remembered only by a few. In the high passes, where the air is thin and the sky stretches wide, the paths reveal their ancient purpose. These passages between great peaks are not merely shortcuts, but essential corridors that have shaped the movement of people and goods for millennia. Each pass holds its own character, known for its challenges and its beauty, a testament to the enduring relationship between humans and the mountains. The Himalayan paths are a testament to patience and perseverance. They are reminders that progress need not be swift to be meaningful, that value lies in the journey itself. As traders and travelers moved slowly through these landscapes, they became attuned to the subtle changes of the mountains, the way the air shifts with altitude, the scent of the earth before rain. The paths continue to serve their timeless function today, albeit with fewer travelers moving at the pace of foot. In some places, modern roads trace the old routes, their presence a homage to the ancient trails beneath. Yet, the spirit of the paths remains, a quiet invitation to those who wish to walk in the footsteps of those who came before, to feel the gentle pull of the mountains and the enduring call of the trade routes. In this slow dance between people and peaks, the paths of the Himalayas offer more than a way through the mountains. They offer a way to connect with the world, with history, and with a pace of life that honors time and patience. In the end, the paths remind us that everything worth reaching is approached step by step, with care and intention, in harmony with the landscape around us. Amidst the gentle rise of the Himalayas, an unassuming transformation takes place. As one ascends these towering slopes, a quiet shift unfolds, a change in the cloak of the earth that is as gradual as it is profound. At lower altitudes, where the air is thicker and the temperatures milder, dense forests stretch outwards, their vibrant foliage embracing the landscape with a lush green canopy. Here, the trees grow tall and resolute, nourished by the rich soil and abundant rainfall that the lower altitudes afford. Species like oak, rhododendron, and pine find their place, each leaf and branch part of a complex web of life that thrives in these conditions. This forested realm is not static, but a living, breathing organism that responds subtly to the rhythm of the seasons. In spring, the trees burst into life, their new leaves unfurling to catch the sun's warmth. As summer progresses, the forest becomes a haven of shade and coolness, a refuge from the heat. Come autumn, the leaves turn, painting the slopes in hues of amber and gold before winter's chill nudges them to the ground. This cycle is as predictable as it is ancient, yet it unfolds with a gentle inevitability that speaks to the enduring balance of natural systems. As one moves higher, the forest begins to thin. The trees grow shorter and more gnarled, their struggle against the thinning atmosphere and cooler temperatures evident in their twisted trunks and smaller leaves. Here, the deciduous trees give way to conifers, their needle-like leaves better suited to the harsher conditions. The air, now tinged with the crispness of altitude, carries a different scent, one that speaks of resilience and endurance. The undergrowth, too, adapts, with shrubs and smaller plants finding ways to survive in the less hospitable environment, their roots anchoring them to the rocky soil. Climbing further still, the forest gives way to grasslands. This transition is not abrupt, but rather a gentle fading, as if the trees have gradually stepped aside to allow grasses and hardy shrubs to take their place. These alpine meadows are a testament to nature's adaptability, where swaths of grass ripple in the breeze and wildflowers punctuate the landscape with splashes of color. In summer, these meadows are alive with the hum of insects and the call of birds, each species playing its part in the high-altitude ecosystem. The grasses here are of a different ilk, designed to withstand the wind and cold that dominates these heights. Their roots delve deep into the soil, searching for nutrients and stability. In winter, these grasslands lie dormant under a blanket of snow, waiting patiently for the return of warmth to spark life once more. It is a scene of quiet endurance, where life persists against the odds, adapting to the environment in ways that are both subtle and profound. Beyond the grasslands, the landscape takes on a more austere character. The bare rock emerges, unveiled by the retreating vegetation. This is a world where life clings on in the most unexpected of places. Lichen and moss find purchase on the exposed stone, their tenacity a testament to life's persistence. These simple organisms play a crucial role, slowly breaking down the rock into soil over eons, preparing the ground for future generations of plants. The air here is thin and crisp, and the silence is often complete, disturbed only by the occasional whistle of the wind. The peaks loom above, their faces etched with time and weather, silent witnesses to the slow dance of change that shapes these mountains. It is a landscape that feels eternal, yet is constantly shifting, as rock weathers and erodes, and as the forces of nature quietly sculpt the terrain. These changes in vegetation, from dense forest to barren rock, are a reflection of the delicate balance of life at altitude. Each zone represents a unique ecosystem, finely tuned to its environment. The transitions are gradual, a testament to the patience of nature's processes, where each step upwards unveils a new chapter in the story of adaptation. The Himalayas, in their grandeur, offer a canvas upon which the story of life is painted in broad strokes and fine details. The slow march of geological time and the subtle shifts in climate weave a tapestry of habitats, each with its own rhythm and character. This is a place where the passage of time is measured not in moments, but in the enduring presence of the mountains and the quiet resilience of the life they support. In this high-altitude world, change is the only constant. The forests may advance or retreat, the grasslands shift, and the rock faces erode, yet the mountains remain, steadfast and timeless. They remind us of the transience of life and the enduring nature of the earth itself. Here, amidst the silent peaks and expansive vistas, one finds a sense of peace, an understanding that life endures, adapts, and thrives, even in the most challenging of environments. As we leave this chapter of the Himalayas, the landscape continues its slow dance, unhurried and undemanding, a gentle reminder of the beauty found in patience and quiet transformation. In the tranquil silence of the high Himalayas, life persists in forms both subtle and extraordinary. Here, in an environment where thin air and biting cold pervade, animals have evolved to thrive against the quiet backdrop of towering peaks and expansive skies. Each creature, in its own way, navigates the delicate balance between energy conservation and survival. The snow leopard elusive and rarely seen, embodies the spirit of these lofty realms. Its thick, spotted coat provides warmth and camouflage amidst the rocky outcrops and snow-laden slopes. With limbs built for leaping across vast chasms, the snow leopard moves with a grace that belies the harshness of its habitat. Its days follow the rhythm of the mountains, each step measured, conserving energy for the occasional chase. In this realm, where prey is scarce and scattered, patience becomes a virtue. A single successful hunt can sustain it for days. Not far below, the Himalayan tahr grazes cautiously along steep inclines, its sure-footedness a testament to adaptation. The tahr's dense, woolly fur insulates it against the chill, while its robust body conserves heat. As seasons change, so too does the tahr's behavior. In spring and summer, they gather in herds to graze upon alpine meadows, while winter sees them retreating to lower altitudes, seeking shelter and sustenance where the snow lies less thickly. Their movements, dictated by the slow turn of seasons, form a rhythmic migration that mirrors the ebb and flow of mountain life. Above, the lammergeier, or bearded vulture, soars on thermals, its vast wings spread wide against the azure sky. This bird of prey is uniquely adapted to its high-altitude environment, with a digestive system capable of extracting nutrients from bone. Its role in the ecosystem is one of quiet efficiency, cleaning the mountains of remnants left behind by other predators. The lammergeier's presence is a reminder of the interconnectedness of life here, where nothing is wasted and every creature plays its part. As the air thins with altitude, the Himalayan monal, Nepal's national bird, brings vibrant color to the muted landscape. Its iridescent plumage provides not just beauty, but an unexpected resilience to the cold. The monal scratches for roots and tubers beneath the snow, its diet a testament to adaptability. In spring, its calls echo through the valleys, a gentle reminder of life's persistence, even in the most challenging environments. Further afield, the Tibetan antelope, or chiru, traverses the high plateaus. Its migration is one of the longest undertaken by mammals, a silent journey dictated by instinct and survival. The chiru's fine undercoat, or chartouche, offers warmth beyond measure, a necessity in temperatures that plummet far below freezing. Their path is one of endurance, each step a quiet testament to the resilience of life at the roof of the world. In these heights, the pika, a small, rabbit-like creature, gathers grasses and herbs in summer, creating caches to sustain it through the long winter. The pika's high-pitched calls punctuate the stillness, a small but vital link in the mountain's ecological web. Its life is one of preparation and foresight, a seasonal rhythm that maintains balance amidst the icy silence. The rhythmic cycles of these animals, their migrations and adaptations, paint a picture of a world where time moves at its own pace. Each creature, in its own way, contributes to the subtle equilibrium of the Himalayas, where survival is not a struggle, but a quiet acceptance of the natural order. Here, amidst peaks that seem eternal, life finds a way, resilient and enduring, shaped by the heights it calls home. In the serene high valleys of the Himalayas, a quiet artistry unfolds in the construction of homes. These humble abodes are not merely shelters, but are crafted to endure the whims of a mountain climate that is as unyielding as it is majestic. Here, the materials come from the very earth and forests that surround them, a blend of stone, wood, and earth that seems as ancient as the mountains themselves. Stone forms the foundation, both literal and metaphorical, of these mountain homes. It is abundant here, hewn from the landscape, its solidity a comforting presence against the unpredictable elements. Walls built of stone are thick and reassuring, designed to hold warmth within while keeping the chill at bay. Over centuries, the techniques of dry stone walling have been honed, stones fitted together so precisely that mortar becomes almost unnecessary. This method allows the walls to breathe, a quiet resilience that stands firm against the shifting earth. Wood, too, is a vital component, sourced from the forests that cloak the lower slopes. It lends flexibility and warmth, the beams and rafters forming a skeleton that supports and shapes the space. Wooden shutters and doors, often hand-carved with simple patterns, add a touch of artistry, a testament to the human touch in an otherwise untamed environment. These wooden elements are not only functional, but also a reminder of the forests that sustain life here, a link between the home and the natural world outside. The use of earth, whether in the form of clay or mud, adds another layer of insulation. Earth is often used to plaster the walls, its thermal properties helping to maintain a stable interior temperature. It is a material that is easily repaired, a practical choice in a place where resources are precious, and journeys to acquire them are measured in days rather than hours. The earth, like the stone, is a part of the mountain, a reminder of the enduring connection between the people and the land. The roofs of these homes are pitched steeply, a concession to the heavy snowfalls that are a feature of the long winters. They are often covered with slate or wooden shingles, each piece carefully placed to ensure that water runs off smoothly, preventing the buildup of weight that could compromise the structure. In some regions, the roofs are flat and layered with earth, providing insulation and sometimes serving as a garden in warmer months. Inside, the design is equally thoughtful. The hearth occupies a central place, its warmth radiating through the home, a gathering point for families during long winter nights. The hearth is more than a source of heat, it is a symbol of life and continuity, a constant presence around which daily life revolves. Cooking, storytelling, and moments of quiet reflection all find their place around the fire. Windows are small, strategically placed to let in light while minimizing heat loss. They frame views of the surrounding landscape, each one a reminder of the vastness that lies beyond the walls. These openings are often shuttered with wood, providing an additional barrier against the cold when needed. In the construction of these homes, there is a consideration for repair and maintenance, an understanding that buildings, like the mountains, must be cared for in order to endure. The simplicity of the design allows for easy repairs. Stones can be replaced, wood can be recarved, and earth can be reapplied. This cycle of maintenance is part of life here, a rhythm that echoes the natural cycles of the region. The interiors are modest, designed for function rather than display. Spaces are often multi-purpose, adaptable to the needs of the moment. Storage is built into the walls, conserving space and keeping possessions safe from the cold. Floors may be covered with rugs or mats, providing warmth and comfort underfoot. The design of these homes is deeply intertwined with the cultural practices of the people who inhabit them. They are places of gathering and solitude, of work and rest, reflecting the duality of life in the mountains. Each home tells a story, not just of those who built it, but of the countless generations who have lived in harmony with this imposing landscape. In the Himalayas, Homes are more than structures. They are sanctuaries, built with an understanding of the environment and a respect for the resources it provides. They stand as a testament to human ingenuity and adaptability, a quiet assertion of life in a place that demands resilience and offers beauty in equal measure. As the seasons turn, these homes watch over the valleys, enduring, adapting, and standing firm against the passage of time. In the silent expanse of the Himalayas, where the air thins and the world seems to stand still, the mountains have long held a sacred place in human imagination. Their towering peaks, cloaked in perpetual snow, appear to reach towards the heavens, evoking a sense of the divine. This landscape, vast and unyielding, invites reflection and reverence, fostering a profound connection between earth and spirit. Over centuries, the Himalayas have become sanctuaries for those seeking spiritual solace. The quiet majesty of the peaks, untouched by the frenetic pace of the world below, offers a unique setting for contemplation. Here, in the shadow of the mountains, monasteries perch like eagles' nests, their walls weathered by time and the elements. These structures, often simple and unadorned, blend seamlessly into their surroundings, embodying a philosophy of humility and respect for nature. Monasteries in the Himalayas serve as places of meditation and prayer, where the mind can find tranquility amidst the vastness. Within their walls, chants resonate softly, echoing the rhythm of the natural world outside. The monks who reside here dedicate their lives to the pursuit of enlightenment, finding peace in the simplicity of daily rituals. Their existence is a testament to the enduring power of the mountains to inspire inner stillness and reflection. Pilgrimage routes crisscross the Himalayan landscape, tracing paths trodden by countless seekers over generations. These journeys, often arduous and long, become acts of devotion where each step is a meditative practice. Travelers move slowly through valleys and over passes, the rhythm of their progress dictated by the contours of the land. The journey itself becomes a form of worship, a way to connect with the sacredness of the mountains and the divine presence many believe resides within them. The mountain's sacred status is deeply rooted in the beliefs of those who live in their shadow. Across cultures and traditions, peaks like Mount Kailash and Nanda Devi are revered as abodes of gods and goddesses. These beliefs infuse the landscape with spiritual significance, transforming it into a living temple. The mountains become more than mere physical entities. They are embodiments of the sacred, their presence a constant reminder of the mysteries of existence. For those who dwell in the Himalayan villages, the mountains serve as both guardians and guides. Their cycles of snow and melt, storm and calm, shape the rhythms of daily life. The people who inhabit these remote regions learn to live in harmony with the land, respecting its power and treating it with reverence. The mountains, in turn, offer protection and sustenance, their glaciers feeding rivers that nourish the valleys below. The spiritual allure of the Himalayas extends beyond the physical landscape. It is found in the silence that envelops the high altitudes, a silence that invites introspection and peace. In this quietude, the mind can wander freely, unencumbered by the distractions of the modern world. The mountains, in their stillness, encourage a deeper awareness, a sense of being part of something greater and more enduring. Throughout history, the Himalayas have drawn seekers of wisdom and spiritual truth. Ascetics and sages have made their homes in caves and shelters, choosing lives of solitude amidst the peaks. These individuals, often shunning worldly possessions, seek enlightenment through communion with the mountains, their days spent in contemplation and prayer. The mountains, with their timeless presence, offer a backdrop for this search, their constancy a reminder of the eternal nature of the soul. The concept of sacred mountains is not unique to the Himalayas, yet here the idea takes on a particular resonance. The sheer scale and beauty of the range inspire awe and respect, nurturing a spiritual connection that transcends cultural boundaries. Visitors who come to the Himalayas, whether on pilgrimage or simply to witness their majesty, often speak of a profound sense of peace and clarity, as if the mountains themselves impart a quiet wisdom. In contemplating the sacred nature of the Himalayas, one is reminded of the delicate balance between human life and the natural world. The mountains, in their grandeur, offer a perspective that can be both humbling and uplifting. They remind us of our place within the vast tapestry of existence, encouraging a sense of wonder and gratitude. As we conclude our gentle exploration of the sacred mountains of the Himalayas, we are left with an appreciation for their enduring presence. These peaks, standing silently against the sky, continue to inspire and uplift, their spiritual significance woven into the lives of those who dwell among them. In their quiet embrace, one finds a sanctuary from the noise of the world, a place to pause, reflect, and simply be. In the serene expanse of the Himalayas, time unfolds with a gentle rhythm, unlike the hurried pace often felt elsewhere. Here, at such great heights, life moves to the tempo of nature's quiet dictates. The sun rises over the jagged peaks, casting long shadows that stretch across the valleys below. Each day begins with a soft promise, and as the light expands, so too does the world in view. The air, thin and crisp, carries a certain stillness that encourages contemplation rather than haste. In these high places, waiting is not a burden, but a natural state. The weather, with its ever-changing moods, becomes the arbiter of activity. A clear sky might invite a day's work, while the encroachment of clouds signals the need for patience. The mountains teach their inhabitants to embrace this uncertainty, to accept that plans may shift with the winds. Here, time is felt more than seen, marked not by clocks, but by the slow crawl of sunlight and shadow across the landscape. The temperature, too, plays its part in shaping the day's cadence. As the sun climbs higher, the chill of dawn gradually gives way to a mild warmth. This gentle warming signals the beginning of tasks that require movement and energy. Yet, as the sun dips once more, the cold returns, urging a retreat to warmth and shelter. The cycle is predictable, comforting in its consistency, yet always subject to the subtle influences of the environment. Life at altitude requires an attunement to these natural cycles. There is a simplicity to the routines that emerge. Mornings might be spent tending to livestock or preparing food stores, activities that align with the hours of light available. Afternoons in the warmer months offer a window for travel or trade, but as winter approaches, these journeys become rare, giving way to a season of introspection and stillness. The passage of time here is not marked by the relentless ticking of a clock, but by the gradual changes in the landscape itself. Snow accumulates slowly on the peaks, a white blanket that thickens imperceptibly, while the rivers below continue their patient journey, carving paths through the stone over millennia. Each moment feels connected to the next, part of a continuum that stretches far beyond the immediate. In the villages scattered across the lower slopes, the day is punctuated by the sun's journey across the sky. People rise with the light and rest as it fades. This rhythm fosters a sense of connection to the world around them, a reminder that they are participants in a larger, ongoing cycle. It is a life that encourages awareness, where the smallest changes can signal new beginnings or the need for caution. Weather, as much a character in this narrative as the mountains themselves, demands respect and understanding. A clear morning can swiftly transform into an afternoon of swirling mist, obscuring paths and prompting a return to safety. Such shifts are accepted with a calm resignation, an acknowledgement that nature's power far exceeds human intention. In this landscape, the ability to adapt becomes as essential as the air itself. The Himalayas, with their towering presence, offer a backdrop for reflection on the nature of time. Here, the seconds do not tick away with urgency, but rather flow like the rivers, meandering and unhurried. Each moment is an invitation to pause, to observe the subtle interplay of light and shadow, warmth and chill. This is a place where the pace of life allows for a deeper connection to one's surroundings. As days blend into weeks and weeks into months, the seasons leave their imprint on the land. Spring brings a tentative thaw, coaxing new growth from the earth. Summer's warmth offers a brief respite, a time of activity and harvest. Autumn, with its cooling air, signals preparation for the long winter, where time stretches languorously and the world outside is hushed by snow. In this environment, the concept of time becomes fluid. It is not measured by possessions or achievements, but by the depth of one's experience, the richness of each moment embraced fully. The mountains, seemingly eternal, remind those who dwell here of the fleeting nature of individual days, urging a focus on what truly endures. The slow, deliberate passage of time at altitude fosters a unique perspective. It encourages a letting go of the unnecessary, a stripping away of the excess that can clutter the mind. In its place, there is room for clarity, for a calm acceptance of what is. This is a place where waiting is not wasted, but rather an integral part of life, a chance to breathe deeply and simply be. As the light fades and the stars begin to appear in the vast sky above, there is a sense of completion. The day, with all its small tasks and quiet reflections, has been lived fully. The cycle will continue, as it always has, with the mountains standing as silent witnesses to the passage of time. In this timeless realm, one learns that time is not something to be conquered, but rather a gentle companion on the journey. In the vast, undisturbed stretches of the Himalayas, the concept of change is ever present, yet it unfolds with a quiet rhythm all its own. The landscape, with its soaring peaks and deep valleys, is shaped by forces both seen and unseen. Earthquakes, landslides, and avalanches are not disruptions here. They are integral threads in the fabric of this majestic region. The Earth, beneath its surface, is a realm of ceaseless motion. The tectonic plates, those immense segments of the planet's outer shell, shift and realign with a patience that stretches beyond human comprehension. It is this subtle, relentless movement of the Indian plate pressing into the Eurasian plate that gives rise to the Himalayas. Occasionally, the accumulated tension releases in a sudden adjustment, an earthquake, reminding us of the planet's dynamic nature. In the Himalayas, an earthquake is part of a slow, grand dialogue between land and time. The ground may tremble, but the mountains stand resolute. They are not simply passive recipients of these forces, they are shaped and defined by them. Over millennia, countless tremors have lifted and folded the land, crafting the very contours that we now behold. Landslides, too, are woven into this story of gradual transformation. The slopes, covered in loose soil and rock, respond to the gentle pull of gravity, aided by rain and the melting snow. When the conditions align, a section of hillside may quietly give way, shifting downwards, finding a new place of rest. This process, though sudden in its occurrence, is an ongoing adjustment, a balancing act that the mountains have known for eons. An avalanche, with its cascade of snow and ice, is another aspect of the high-altitude environment. Triggered by the weight of fresh snowfall or a sudden warming, these events are a release, a rebalancing of the snowpack. Yet, in the vastness of the Himalayas, an avalanche is but a momentary gesture, a fleeting instance in the long winter stillness. The snow settles again, the landscape quiets, and the cycle continues. Inhabitants of these regions, those who have lived with the mountains for generations, understand this rhythm. They perceive these natural occurrences not as threats, but as elements of a living landscape. Their homes are built with this knowledge, designed to flex and endure, to stand firm yet yield as necessary to the Earth's movements. Acceptance is found in understanding that change here is not a force to be controlled, but a reality to be embraced. The people, like the mountains, adapt. Paths are rerouted, fields are cleared anew, and life adjusts just as it always has. The mountains, in their grandeur, teach a lesson in patience and resilience, showing that change, while inevitable, need not be feared. The air, thin and clear, carries the unhurried passage of time. It is a place where waiting is woven into the daily rhythm, where the Earth's slow changes are mirrored in the lives of those who dwell within its embrace. Seasons unfold with grace. Winter snows blanket the peaks, and spring slowly follows, melting the ice, feeding the rivers that thread their way downwards, bringing life to the plains beyond. In the Himalayan context, natural change is a dance of elements, a slow, steady choreography that has been playing out for millions of years. It is a reminder that the Earth, in its quiet majesty, is ever moving, ever evolving. The mountains, with their enduring presence, offer a perspective that is both humbling and profound, inviting us to see change not as an end, but as a continual becoming. In this landscape, acceptance is a companion to understanding. The mountains, with their timeless grandeur, whisper the secrets of geological time, urging a gentle surrender to the natural order of things. It is a place where the passage of time is marked not by clocks or calendars, but by the silent growth of glaciers, the gradual shift of Earth, and the cyclical dance of the seasons. Here, in the shadow of the Himalayas, one finds a profound stillness, an invitation to pause and reflect. The mountains, ever present, stand as sentinels of endurance and acceptance, their peaks touching the sky, their roots deep in the earth. And in their presence, one learns that to be a part of this world is to embrace its changes, to find peace in its rhythms, and to listen to the quiet lessons it offers. In the quiet corners of the Himalayas, the modern world has taken its time to arrive. Here, changes do not come with sudden fanfare, but rather in gentle, almost imperceptible steps. Roads, for instance, have slowly etched their way into the landscape, tracing the contours of ancient paths once trodden by traders and pilgrims. They connect villages to one another and to the wider world, yet they do so with a respectful nod to the mountain's formidable presence. Where once there were only narrow trails, there are now winding roads that hug the mountainsides. These roads weave through the valleys, bridging distances that once took days to traverse on foot. Yet, despite their presence, the rhythm of life here remains largely unhurried. Vehicles move cautiously, as if acknowledging the timelessness of the peaks that watch over them. The roads themselves, though modern in intention, seem to settle into the landscape as if they have always belonged. Maps, too, have brought a quiet revolution. Once, the knowledge of these mountains resided in the minds of those who lived among them, passed down through generations. Now, maps offer new ways of seeing the land, their lines and symbols capturing the vastness of the terrain in a language that can be shared far beyond these heights. But even maps, with their precise measurements, cannot fully capture the soul of the Himalayas. They provide guidance, yet leave room for the mysteries that the mountains keep to themselves. Tourism has followed, arriving not with haste, but in a measured, gradual flow. Visitors come, drawn by the allure of the highest peaks, the promise of solitude, and the chance to touch a world that seems untouched by time. They bring with them new perspectives and stories, and in turn, they take away memories etched with the stark beauty of the mountains. The presence of outsiders is felt, but it is embraced in a manner that respects the delicate balance of life here. As tourism grows, so too does the need for places of rest and sustenance. Small guest houses and tea shops have appeared, offering warm hospitality to weary travelers. These establishments, often family-run, reflect the blend of tradition and modernity that characterizes the region today. They serve as points of connection, where stories are exchanged over steaming cups of tea and where the outside world feels a little closer, even as the mountains remain steadfast in their ancient silence. Technology, meanwhile, has tiptoed into these high altitudes. Mobile phones and internet connections have begun to bridge the communication gap, linking remote communities with the wider world. Yet here, technology is a tool rather than a master. Its adoption is deliberate, enhancing lives without overshadowing the deep-rooted customs that have shaped these communities for centuries. The digital world may be at their fingertips, but the rhythm of life is still guided by the sun's path and the changing seasons. Electricity, too, finds its way into the villages, often through solar panels that capture the abundant sunlight. This quiet revolution in energy brings light to places that once relied on oil lamps, extending the hours of productivity and leisure alike. Yet, even as electric lights flicker to life in the evenings, the stars above continue to shine with a brilliance undiminished by human progress. Education has also seen a transformation, as schools dot the landscape, providing children with opportunities that were once beyond reach. These schools blend traditional knowledge with modern curricula, preparing the younger generation for a future that holds both the ancient and the new. The sound of children learning echoes through the valleys, a reminder that the mountains are not just a place of stillness, but also of growth and potential. Healthcare, once limited by distance and accessibility, has improved with the arrival of clinics and health centers. These facilities offer care that was once a day's walk away or more. The presence of medical professionals brings a sense of reassurance, yet the wisdom of traditional healing practices remains valued, providing a complementary approach to health and well-being. Throughout these changes, the mountains maintain their quiet dignity. The modern world may have arrived, but it does so in a way that complements rather than competes with the natural order. The Himalayas continue to shape the lives of those who dwell in their shadow, offering both challenge and sanctuary. The roads, maps, tourism, and technology are but gentle ripples on the surface of a deep and ancient sea. In this delicate dance between past and present, the Himalayas remind us of the importance of balance. Here, progress is embraced not for its own sake, but for the ways it can enhance life without losing sight of the enduring truths that the mountains have long held dear. As the modern world arrives, it does so in harmony with the rhythms of nature, respecting the slow, steady heartbeat of the Himalayas. In the vast theater of Earth's landscapes, the Himalayas stand as a grand tapestry woven through time, a silent witness to the slow dance of geological forces. Each peak, each valley, tells a story of endurance and quiet resilience, shaped by processes that unfold at a pace almost imperceptible to the hurried human eye. Here, in this place of towering giants, the passage of time is measured not by the ticking of clocks, but by the gentle, unhurried erosion of rock, the patient layering of sediments, and the gradual sculpting of the land by wind and water. Erosion, a seemingly gentle force, works continuously, wearing down the rugged edges of these colossal mountains. It is a process both subtle and persistent, where tiny particles are carried away by streams, rivers, and the slow melting of glaciers. The Himalayas, despite their imposing presence, are not immune to this quiet transformation. Over millennia, they are gradually worn down, their sharp ridges softened, their steep slopes smoothed. Yet, this erosion also breathes life into the surrounding landscapes, depositing sediments that enrich the plains below, nurturing the fertile soils that support diverse ecosystems. In this slow dance of creation and destruction, there is a profound impermanence that characterizes the mountains. They are both ancient and ever-changing, a paradox of timelessness amidst ceaseless transformation. The peaks, seemingly eternal, are in fact transient, their shapes altered by the invisible hands of time. From the deep past to the present moment, they remind us that nothing in nature is fixed, and yet there is a constancy in this very change, a rhythm that echoes through the ages. These mountains, shaped by the relentless forces of tectonic plates, continue to rise even as they erode. The Indian plate presses northwards into the Eurasian plate, a geological embrace that uplifts the land. It is a process so gradual that it escapes immediate notice, measured in millimeters per year. Yet, over millions of years, these incremental movements build the majestic peaks that we see today. It is a testament to the enduring power of geological processes and to the idea that patience is a force as mighty as any cataclysm. The Himalayas, in their enduring presence, are a symbol of balance. They stand as a bridge between earth and sky, a meeting place for diverse climates and cultures. This balance is reflected in the ecosystems that thrive here, where species have adapted to the extreme conditions, evolving slowly over time to fit their niche in this high-altitude world. The snow leopards, the blue sheep, the resilient vegetation, each an integral part of a complex web of life that has found a way to flourish in the thin air and harsh climate. In this high-altitude realm, the cycles of nature are unhurried. Seasons change with a measured grace, as snow blankets the peaks in winter and slowly melts away in spring, feeding the rivers that journey far beyond the mountains. These rivers, born of glaciers and snowfall, carry with them the stories of the mountains, shaping the land, sustaining life across vast distances. They are a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things, how the quiet processes of the Himalayas ripple outwards, influencing distant lands and peoples. The human presence in the Himalayas, though relatively recent, is also marked by a sense of endurance. Communities have adapted to the rhythms of the mountains, building lives that mirror the slow, patient pace of nature. Their traditions, their ways of living, are attuned to the land, reflecting an understanding of the mountains as both home and sanctuary. The quiet resilience of these people, their ability to thrive in harmony with the environment, speaks to a deep connection with the earth, one that recognizes the impermanence of human endeavors against the backdrop of geological time. As we reflect on the Himalayas, we are reminded of the lessons they offer. They teach us about the beauty of slow change, the power of patience, and the wisdom of balance. In the midst of a rapidly changing world, these mountains stand as a testament to the enduring nature of the earth, a reminder that while all things are subject to change, there is also a timelessness in the cycles of nature. In the quietude of the Himalayas, one can find a sense of peace, a space to contemplate the passage of time and the continuity of life. The mountains endure, not because they resist change, but because they embrace it, flowing with the natural rhythms of the earth. In this timeless landscape, we are invited to pause, to breathe, and to find comfort in the steady, unhurried pace of nature's grand design.